Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So I'm like emotionally attached to this shirt. This is a Buzz Lightyear shirt, but this is also the shirt that I dyed my hair red in. So it's clean. It's clean, but it's just one of those shirts where I'm never gonna get the dirt out of the collar. Then I got foundation on it, but I'm just really attached to it. So we all have those old t-shirts that we're attached to. So it looks, sorry if my neck looks gross, but I swear I'm clean. So this video is going to be, I'm trying to be as in-depth as possible. It might be a little bit longer, so grab a snack. I want to talk to you all about the NYX Modern Dreamer eyeshadow palette. Yeah, this recently released from NYX, I don't know, a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago. I first seen it, I'm rocking back and forth. I first seen it, what did I see it? On Ulta's website. And I was like, oh, this is new. And then I saw it in store at an Ulta. And I was like, oh, yeah, pick that up. So I'll tell you about the logistics of everything. And then we'll get into the review. And I also want to compare it to the Swear By It palette that actually released last year in the same format. So this palette comes with 40 shades. It comes with a multitude of finishes. You have matte, you have metallic, you have shimmer, yeah, you have some with a hint of sparkle like glitter in them. It's 40 shades, as I said. Some are marked as, labeled as pressed pigments. There's a few in here. This palette does not have names, but there are numbers. Like it does, like kind of have give you a guide, and it tells you which ones are pressed pigments. This retails for $35. Again, I got mine at Ulta. NYX is a drugstore brand, so you can use your $3.50 off coupons. You can use your points. You can maximize the budget where you don't have to pay. You can maximize your point system so you don't have to pay $35 for it. So $35 for 40 shades, which I think is a fair price. I think it's decent for 40 shades. But let's get into why you might want to try to save some money on it. Okay, so this Modern Dreamer palette, before I get into comparing it to the Swear By It palette, we're going to go through kind of like row by row or rows by row, and I'll just talk about the shades really quickly in this palette, just make some notes on like what I like about them, what I don't like about them, what have you. So as I'm talking about the rows, I'll pop a picture of the swatches like right over my face, or maybe in a corner. Rather put it on my face so it's bigger, but you'll see the picture pop up somewhere on your screen of the shades. So I'm going to go through the first two rows. So you have just a classic matte white, nothing to say about it there. And then the second shade is actually a little bit golden, actually metallic. Going in this top row, you got your pretty warm neutrals, perfect cream and neutral browns there into those peachy berry shades. I have no complaints about them. The mattes work fine. It is what it is. And then the second row was like one of my favorite rows. You got that gold there. Again, getting into the deeper neutrals. Still quite neutral in this row. Again, leaning toward the berry toward the end there. Berry and plum. Couple metallics, that kind of thing. Alright, and then the next two rows is where your bright colors happen, most of your bright colors. And then in the third row, you have, next to that yellow, you have like pretty much 3 orangey shades. I don't know why they put all 3 of those in this palette, especially the 4th and 5th one in that row. They're very similar. I have them on my eyes today. They're just very similar. And then you have a beautiful lime green there. It's kind of metallic finish. And then you have a couple deeper shades. And then the row underneath of that, the one that really stands out is that pop of pink. I have a prediction that maybe next year's palettes, you know, a lot of palettes have pops of blue, maybe pops of pink might, I don't know. Beautiful purple in front of that pink, that teal blue in front of that purple, gorgeous. Yeah, really nothing too cohesive in this row, but there you go. And then the last row, you have the most mattes in this row, if I'm not mistaken. But you start with this beautiful silvery gray. It's not like a true like white silver. The 2 blues are absolutely beautiful. I'm wearing those today as well. And then you have some more mattes. And then the second to last shade is probably one of my favorite shades in this palette. It is a really deep greenish blue. It's blue first, navy blue first, but it has a hint. If you would have dropped like a drop of teal in it, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then you don't have a black in this palette, which I'm not complaining about. You have like a charcoal gray, and this charcoal gray definitely has some silver glitter sparkle in it. So that's kind of just an overview of what type of shades you get in this palette. So the things that I do like about this palette, I like a bright palette. I think it's a great summer palette in terms of color scheme. I do like the blue, the pink, the gray. I like the pops of color in here. They're really vibrant. They're really vibrant. And I like, I don't know why, but these 9 shades right here, I feel like it doesn't fit in this palette, but I love that it's in there. That's like the only deep area that you're getting in this palette, which I don't mind. It doesn't really fit in terms of brightness, but I don't know. I like that it's in there. Yeah. So before I compare, well, I guess I can compare now. So the NYX Swear By It, this came out, and this is actually in my video of, oh my gosh, my best favorite well-rounded palettes. And well-rounded, I define that as something that that had a multitude of finishes, check. So like mattes, shimmers, metallics type of thing. I could get a deep smoky look, I can get a neutral look, and I can get a look with a pop of color. And I can do all that with the Swear By palette. I can do that with this palette as well. I can get a nice neutral look, I can get a deeper look, not with a black, but that's fine. A deeper look, and I can get a pop of color, clearly. So it can kind of fall in that category of well-rounded palettes, but because I don't consider it a favorite of mine yet. But that's just something I wanted to let you guys know. So the difference between these two is these shades, this has a lot of bright, vibrant shades. I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like even though this one's supposed to be brighter, I feel like it has more neutrals than the Swear By It. I feel like it has more neutrals in here. The Swear By It, you got the bare, I'm talking about like neutral brown skin tones. So you have your berries and your warm here, but you have like almost a solid 2 rows of neutrals up here. I don't know. You have to look at it and let me know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, definitely a little bit more bright. Definitely has like, you know, that bright blue, that bright pink, more of the rainbow, classic rainbow colors in here. Like some red, orange, yellow, blue, green. Yeah, you probably have the whole rainbow in here. Minus that green. That green's kind of limey, lime green. But I will say something about the quality of these. I like the quality of the NYX Swear By It palette, the original palette. It's crazy because some of these shades in the Modern Dreamer, like the mattes, I definitely feel as though they're a step up. They're a step up. Almost all the mattes. They're a step up from the Swear By It. And I didn't think the Swear By It was bad at all. But I think these are a step up. Like this blue. Oh, you guys. What is this shade? Number 39. That blue, teal. Oh, Lord. It's so good. It's so good. All of these swatch really well. But some take a little bit of effort with the brush. They don't build up as well on the eye, and they don't come off as vibrant on the eye. I'm wearing a few shades today, and I have on primer, I have an eye primer, and I have on a concealer base, and I set my concealer base with a white eyeshadow. Not because of that, because I wanted to do, you'll see the video when I'm doing this makeup. I wanted to do something really bright and vibrant, but it took me, I didn't do this on purpose. I was like, oh, this look good. I didn't know where I was going with it. But anyway, I did that base or whatever because I always do a base like that with bright shadows. And this is like the most vibrant you're going to get out of these. And I've noticed that on my eyes. The brushes, what am I trying to say? The finger swatches look good, but that doesn't translate to when you pick it up from a brush to put it to your eye. And I don't know why. And I can be specific with some of them. These two oranges here have that issue, as well as this blue, as well as this. The dark blue is a little bit better, but like this blue finger swatch is not too shabby, but that's this one right here. But you're going to be packing it on for days, building it up onto your eye. I did that today, and I love the way it looks. I love once I got it, but it was a lot of work involved. Also, where is it? I don't know if I can find it. Some of the shades that have glitter in them, like, is it here? I think it might be this one. Definitely this one. I'm trying to find the other one that I had the issue with. For some reason I'm blanking. That glitter is gonna fall off. Like it's almost like it's not mixed well into the eyeshadow. So the shadow is like overall a matte shadow, and then you have those hints of sparkle, which is beautiful, but it's kind of unstable, if that makes any sense. It's kind of unstable. So that sucks. But this is crazy. The mattes that I do like work tremendously better than the ones in the Swear by palette. So there's some in here that are tremendously better than the Swear ones in the original palette, but then the other ones are like less than the... I can't really explain. So in this palette, when it comes to the mattes and some of the satins, it's either better than the original palette or worse. And that's kind of like a risk that you're taking. And I want to say it's 50-50 in terms of that. Not so much, yeah. Pretty much all of them swatch beautifully, but there was a struggle to build them up on the eye. The yellow in here sucks. I'm going to tell you that right now. It looks good there. It looks good there. It ain't all that. The ColourPop Honey palette yellow was a little bit better, and that's not even the best yellow I have in my collection, but this yellow is not gonna... Maybe I didn't find the right base, but I shouldn't have to work that. You shouldn't have to work that hard. However, the neutrals are beautiful. This one's kind of all over the place in terms of like how I feel about it. I love the color scheme. I don't think it needs a black. It has a white. So funny because the Modern Dreamer, the brighter one, has a white, and then the Swear by It one has a black, which, okay, that makes sense if the modern one is supposed to be brighter. It's so weird. I was really excited about it. I was a little bit disappointed in that these shades, the vibrant ones, were not as vibrant, but I was really impressed with the matte formula. It's so, I don't even know where to, I don't even know. This is one of those reviews. I apologize if it's all over the place, but it's one of those where you have to decide, should you get it. Now, $35. I don't think it's worth $35 based on like the hit and miss quality that you get. However, with your coupons and different things, if you want a wide array of shades and you do bases and you don't have a problem building up shades, and I will say this, if you are a person where you don't need your shades to be super vibrant, this sounds bad, but like everyone doesn't want a super concentrated, pigmented shade. Sometimes it can be too much. Sometimes, you know, you're not like, you don't feel as though you're skilled enough to handle that shade. Those really strong shades that could get everywhere. You would like a shadow that's a little bit sheerer or takes a little bit more time to build up so you can take your time. Sometimes people do get a little bit overwhelmed if you pick up a shade of shadow, and it's, you know, it can be a little bit, some things are like so pigmented that it can be overwhelming, and I do understand that. All of these shades, I will say, show up. I've swatched them, finger swatches, I've swatched them on my arm without primer, that kind of thing. But like, I'm one of those people where I need everything to be packed with pigment, everything like that. But if you don't need that and you just need colors, you know, normal, pigmented, like normal to, you know, do a little work and you don't mind it, go ahead and grab this because the color, so the range of colors is pretty interesting, but try to get a deal on it. So there you go. I hope that made an ounce of sense. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about it, go ahead and leave it down below. Yeah, I don't know, NYX. I love the idea of these palettes, of a drugstore brand putting out a large palette like this, a large diverse palette, but the quality is kind of weird with this one. Yeah, so grab it at your own risk. I don't think it'd be a huge disappointment if you grab it. I don't think it'd be, damn, I wasted all this money. You're getting 40 shades for $35, which is less than less than a buck a shade. So, you know, take everything into perspective. So I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.